There. Okay. Hi, I'm Sue Boo, bringing crafting to you. So today I'm going to make these adorable. I've not put them. In fact, let's see if I can move that. It's in my face. Right. These adorable little baskets. I've got bunnies on one side and butterflies on the other. And they're picnic baskets, and you can open the lid and put various things in them. So this is not my design. Giving a shout out to Ruth from Ruth Stamping Corner. She made these about 5 years ago. So she did put some bows on, and I think she just put an Happy Easter on. And she'd also done some with the Popper Petal Pop or something it was called. I do actually own that stamp set. Pop of Petals, I think, or something. But I've done it with the bunny and a butterfly. So without further ado, let's get on. They're so cute. Let's just move those out of the way and begin. Okay. So you will need a sheet of DSP that measures 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches, and we're going to score that at 1.5 inches on all 4 sides. So there we go, that's 1.5. Turn it round, get in 1.5, turn it round, 1.5, and 1.5. There we go. Right, I'm going to swap onto a different coloured card for the lid. So we'll put that to one side for the moment. And you want 2 pieces. I haven't scored these or cut these for my Mango Melody, and you can't get that. The one that you've just seen is Balmy Blue, but any Easter colours that you like. Right, so you want 2 pieces measuring 2.25 by 2.5. So we're going to do the 2.25 side, and you want to put that in at 1/2 inch and score it. Then you want to put it in at this is the 2/4, yeah, 1 5/8. 1 5/8. Okay, 1 5/8, and then turn it to the 2.5 inch side and score at 1/2 inch and 2 inches. There we go. And you're going to do exactly the same to the next piece. So 2.25 side, you're going to score it at 1/2 inch and 1 5/8. 5/8. And then you're going to turn it to the 2.5 side, and you're going to score it at 1/2 inch and 2 inches. There we go. So they scored exactly the same. Okay. I'll just move my trimmer out of the way. Right, now you're going to have the large, let me just show you. You will see that the bottom has got the 1/2 inch score mark, and if you turn it round to the opposite one, this is on the 2, and if you have it facing the 2.5 one, you will have a bigger bit. Okay, so with the bigger bit facing you, so if you can see there was a smaller bit and it's the big larger size, you're going to cut up the score line, and then just wedge either side. Okay, and repeat at this side. So we're going to cut up the score line, wedge on one side and wedge on the other. Don't make your wedges too big. Then we're going to turn it on its side, so there's where we've just cut, and I'm going to cut up the score line, and then I'm going to wedge the tab. So it's the tab we've wedged on each one. So do exactly the same on the opposite side. So I'm cutting up the score line, and then I'm going to wedge the tab. Okay, so that's how we do one piece. So let's do exactly the same, but there will be a difference at the end. Okay, so I'm starting with the bigger one at the bottom, and I'm going to score up the score line. So this, let me just tell you for definite. Yeah, this is the 2.5, so it's the 2.5 width one that we are cutting up on the 2.5 inch side. Okay, and going back to this one, I'm just gonna wedge and wedge, and then we cut in this one. So I'm just turning it round so that that was 1 5/8 score line. It was originally when it was that way. So what we're going to do now is cut the tab up and then notch either side, turn it round to do exactly the same on the opposite side. Okay, okay, so we've done that. Now turn it back so that you've got the largest score line at the bottom, and you're going to cut up. Now we can see that there, leave about 1/4 inch. So you're coming down about 1/4 inch, and we're just going to cut up the score line and stopping about there where my tip of my scissors. So you're leaving 1/4 inch. You're not cutting all the way up, you're leaving 1/4 inch. And then we go cut up the next score line, and again we're just gonna cut to have that 1/4 inch. Okay, so we've got that like that. Right, now we're going to turn it on its side. So again, we've got the big one, the big part facing. Well, I'm going to have it on the right hand side, so that makes, because I'm right-handed, I need it on this side. It helps. Okay, so I'm going to put these two with big scores in the middle like that, and I'm going to leave just under 1/8 of an inch. Okay, can you just see that? It's just narrow. I'm not butting it up against the score line, which would be there. I'm taking it back about there, and I'm going to hold it, getting those level. I'm going to hold it in the center, and with my pencil I'm just going to mark roughly in the middle there. Now you can actually just use your pokey tool, and you can just poke a hole. Now I'm just going to go through with my punch and punch that. Make sure I've got that there, and I'm going to go round to the other side. So there we go. So I've got those two there. Now you want to make sure that the one that you have punched like this is where we're going to put the brad. Now I'm going to show you that stage again with this one, because we're going to be swapping on to the blue. Okay, I'm going to swap onto the blue, so get rid of the confusion. So I've already cut the blue and done the blue, and I wanted to do the balmy blue. So again, I'm putting those two together. I'm leaving that little bit of a gap. Oh, and I haven't, oh, I have cut those, yeah. So I've done all the stages that I've just showed you. Just going to do this one again. And I'm just going to put a dot roughly in the middle. And then just holding that in the middle. As I say, what you can do is you can use your, take your pick tool, put it on some sponge, and you can just stick that through. So if you haven't got a punch, you can do exactly the same by doing it that way. I happen to have got a punch, so I'm just getting it on there and there. Right, okay, so we're swapping to the blue now. Right, we're going to prepare the lid first. So I've got our brads, and what I'm doing is picking out the square ones. Now, you want to get the brad through the ones that you've cut up first. So you're going to put your brad through first and then put it through the next part. Okay. Now you'll see that this one I've done a little bit more of a gap. It doesn't matter. Okay, you can do 1/8 of an inch as long as you're away from that score line. That's probably just under 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so I'm going to do this on both sides. So your brad's got to go through the one that's got the cut in it first. And I forgot to score my lines, haven't I? Never mind, we'll do it while it's bradded together. Well, hopefully you can do it all right. That's it. And then just open your brads up. Okay, so I'm just going to burnish these now. Be fine. So burnish them before you do this. I made a mistake, so you just need to burnish them. Okay, they're fine. Right, so all I'm going to do is put some glue on my tabs. You can use red liner tape, strong adhesive. I'm just going to bring them together. It's quite simple. Yes, it just makes it very effective. Picnic table, picnic. Got to name it, didn't I? So I'll have to name it. I think I'm going to name it mini picnic. Basket. Mini Easter picnic basket, I think is what I'll call it. Okay. Just line that up. Line that up. Okay. I think that's okay. And I'm just going to put that on one side to dry while we're doing this. Right, so we'd scored this, and now we're just going to cut up to that score line. And again, we're not going to wedge it, we're only cutting up to the score line. And whichever score line, because it's a square, it doesn't matter where you start, but you've got to do the opposite. So I'm going to turn it 180, and we're going to cut up the score line. Now I like to cut up my score lines before I score, before I burnish it. The reason being, I find it personally sometimes easier to see what I'm doing. So, oh, I did that last time, didn't I? So I'm going to do it this way, because I've made one with the stripe out. I'm going to make the spotted out now. So I should use my bone folder really. I'm just using the nail up. Got my bone folder just to the side of me. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put these two together, and we're going to make sure that those points, these points here, marry like that. So if you take this one, and what we're going to do is put glue from the bottom of the box one and going up the side, okay, so that L shape, and then bring it in and put these two together like that. Just hold that there, and then all I do is push this one in the middle, and I'm just going to put some dabber glue on that just to hold it. Just make sure it's still absolutely right there. We're going to do the same on the other side. So your middle one gets tucked in, the right hand side one you bring in, and the left hand side one you're pulling back. You're going to go from the box, from the basket base, you're going to come out and up in an L shape, okay, and then marry the two, so move them about until those 2 points absolutely meet, okay, and give you that there. And then I just like to put a bit of glue, so I'll let you, don't have to do this stage if you don't want to. I just think it just makes the basket more solid. Just pushing that there, make sure that you've got those, that they haven't moved, okay. And then your handle, you want a piece of 6" by 3/4 of an inch, and all I'm going to do is just round it like that. That's all I'm going to do. Just, it's DSP, doesn't need much, and you're going to just put glue at the very bottom. So I'm just putting it at the very bottom on both, and then this, you see this nice level thing here, the square bit inside, you're just going to put that there, and I can actually see through my DSP that that is about the center. So just go back and just make sure that is the center and that it's flush down with that. Then I'm going to do the other one, so just down there, just make sure that that's flush down in the center. Just hold it a second or two, that's fine. Now the two flaps in the center, just pull them back and you've got a nice hole there. So we're just going to push that down over the basket handle and then just slot these over the side like that, okay. And whoops, I'm going too fast, just a minute, I'm going too fast because I didn't allow that to dry properly ever. I'm going to take the basket lid off a minute, okay, just take it off a minute because I've not allowed this to dry enough yet. So just better make sure that's in, and we'll put that to one side a minute. That one seems to be more firm. Right, just leave that on one side for a minute. The basket lid's ready. Now we want a bunny, so what I've used of course is the Easter bunny. Now I've got this set, which means year after year this set will come out, and all year depending on what I'm doing, because I enjoy all the little moments that's suitable for birthdays and everything. So I will use this set. This set is going, so if you want that you will have to order it now so you don't not get it. Right, so I've already stamped the bunny, and what I've actually done is used my blender brush and just gone over my rabbit so that it's not white. I love to do that with my blending brush. Sometimes I get marks on the back, so what I am going to do in a minute is I've cut out another rabbit and we're going to stick that on the back, okay, but I'm not going to do that yet because I have got here it is, all your scraps you're using up for this. I've got, I think I did do it that way, some scrap, and oh, I better tell you what it is. Let's see, it's about, yeah, unfortunately it's not quite 1 inch, but you could do it 1 inch wide. So let's say it's 1 inch wide. So you want a 1 inch wide strip, and all I'm doing with my scissors is just cutting a very narrow strip off. So it's not even 1/8 or anything, it's about that big. That's all it is. And what I'm going to do with that is on the back, I'm going to put glue all the way down it, and this is going to be the ribbon round my bunny. So I'm just going to put this strip going across, and just going to bend that round, and it can be a bit fiddly on this side, so I just got my take your pick tool and just bent it round. Okay, that's fine. So he's got little ribbon going round there, and now I can glue the back on. So I'm gonna just glue all my rabbit now, and I'll put this on the back. Okay, let's just get that, come on, tucked inside, tucked down. Okay, so just on the front, make sure it's all tucked down. Okay, and also I've got a, now what you could do instead of cutting that, you could use any twine you've got and cut yourself a little twine bow. I've got this beautiful little bow that's in Sweet Little Stocking. Now there are lots of bows, little bows like this in different sets. There is a bow in the Santa Express. There's one in there. There's one in Beauty Abounds, and there's lots of other sets that have got these little bows in. And I thought to finish it off, I'm going to put a little pearl on the middle there. So let me just get a pearl. I'm just going to put that in the middle. Oops, come on. There you go. Come on. That's it. Goes in the middle. Oops. That's it. And anyway, your bow wants to, that's it, hang. There we go. And then I'm going to get some dimensionals. Now what I want to do, oh, let me, should be all right now. Let's go back to putting this on. So if we just squash in our handles and tuck it there, and we're going to tuck it there, and we're going to tuck it there, and the basket fits on there like that, and you can tuck one in and tuck the other in. In fact, I think if you tuck that one in, depends on which way you do it. Sometimes it tucks down better one than the other. Now I'm going to actually put what I'm going to keep in there. I've discovered these Kit Kat ones. Let's just bring this in there. Okay, they're the Easter Hunt pack of 8. So it's 1 large egg, which I think is probably the same size as Cadbury's cream eggs. I think your Lindt ones might be a little bit smaller, but this fits in. Put it in this way. So this fits in, and I've just got these little mini Cadbury's cream eggs, and one of those will fit in with it as well. So, or you can put about 5 of those eggs in. They will fit that in, and then just put it back together. Come on. Might have put the eggs in wrong, but I think when we shake it, it'll come right. This fit. The others have got the eggs in, so I know it fits. Come on. I'm catching on there. Oh, keep catching on there. Come on. It's just got the camera in the way and not. That's it. I've not situated that very good, but How's that doing? Well, that works. It will go down anyway. I know they fit in because they're all in there. That's it, and there we go. So that's all fitted in there now. And then you can open up your picnic basket and get out your chocolate. Okay, let's put it back down. Right, so I tend to do it with the one that's cut. I tend to do that side. I'm going to get my bunny, and I'm just going to put at the very bottom 2 dimensionals. So I'm going to put my 2 dimensionals right at the bottom. Why I'm putting them right at the bottom is so that you're not getting on to any of your mechanism. So I'm sticking it right at the bottom. So nothing, because their dimensionals are at the bottom, nothing's going to get in the way of your lid. Okay, so you want your lid to be able to come up and down. That's it. It is up and down. So that's your bunny. And then it's got this lovely an Easter treat for you. And so I just fussy cut that out, and I'm just going to stick a couple of dimensionals on this. Remember, you've got 2 sides of your card, look. So I did. It didn't go right the first time, so did it on the other side. And then fussy cut it out, and nobody's going to know now. So I'm just putting that at an angle. There. So there's the bunny. Oh, and I keep forgetting to do this. I colour the bunny's ear. I keep forgetting. So any pinks that you've got, and I'm just going to do this inside the bunny's ear on just this one. There we go. There's bunny ear to make it pink there. Okay. So, and before I do the ribbon, I'm just going to do the other side. So I thought I'd cut out a butterfly, and I'm going to use this side. So cut out the butterfly, and down where the body of the butterfly is, I'm just bending that up so that I've got a U shape. I'm just going to go on the bottom there, and again I'm sticking it right down at the bottom so it doesn't interfere with the lid. And this was a butterfly gala punch, but any butterflies that you've got will work. You could have a lacy one. There is some lacy ones that you can buy already done, but I'm going to stick that inside there, and then I'm going to put a couple of the pearls. So I'm going to have just a couple of the pearls going in there. So that's one, and 2. Oh, that was sweet. There. And I'm going to wait till it absolutely dries. So I'm not going to mess with that one, but I'll mess with another one. So I'm going to make sure that these wings are definitely coming up like that. So I've made them come up. So wait till it's absolutely dry, particularly to get that one there in. Okay. So now I had decided I was going to do the berry burst ribbon here. So I'm just going to put this round here, and I'll just cut this here. So I've done them all different colour ribbons, and even though I've done the same colours, like this one I've done the stripy one, this one is the inside is the dotted one. So I'm gonna get that there and do this. And that's about my ribbon. So I think that's okay. go. And then just gonna, didn't quite leave that long enough, but I want to trim off. And trim off. Then we'll have short tails on this one. So going to trim off there. So you've got a sweet little bow there and your bunny there. And that's it complete. So there we go. I've got these. So this one was the fresh freesia. I've got Calypso Coral and Petal Pink, and I've got a Mango Melody, and I've got another Mango Melody on the way. So I've done those, and of course the butterflies. I've done different coloured ones on all the different sizes. So you've got those like that as well. So let's turn them back. Let's do random. There we go. Need to have one like that so you can see there, like that. So thank you very much for watching. I do hope you like those, and you'll have a go yourself. As I say, it was Ruth Stamping Corner that made the box the basket this size and designed the lid. So I wanted to give a shout out to her. Obviously it's my decorations, how I've decorated it. So thank you very much. Stay safe, stay well. Bye for now.